AJ Tracey is an independent artist in the purest sense, a rapper who continues to steer his own career on his own terms, a defining voice for Black British music and a dominant force in the UK charts, an artist who, instead of using the machine, became the machine.
Being independent for me, it means a lot, man. It means creative freedom. It means, the wins that I do achieve, obviously there's losses, but the wins are all mine. Obviously me and my team's quite small, but it's just a feeling of, independence. It is that word, isn't it? It's freedom, it's doing whatever you want to do and reaping the rewards from it.
But of course, being independent doesn't mean not needing anyone or not requiring a team. So who are the people that you do rely on?
My manager, Andy, of course, you get me, the OG. My tour manager, Mick, who's my older brother. Man, I've got an accountant, a lawyer. There's loads of people who do things behind the scene. Obviously, I have my brethren, they all play a role in my business. I think it's a team effort, like you say. It's not about not needing anyone. It's just more about not needing the machine.
What is that like when you look around and your life looks completely different to it did growing up?
Boy, I'm just grateful, honestly. I don't want to sound like a super hippie, but genuinely, I'm just super grateful because I remember the things that we used to go through. I don't want to give you a sob story, but just going through certain things, it made me realize that all the little things you need to be grateful for. Even this pandemic we're going for, being able to go to the park and just sit down with your friends or just enjoy going for a walk. It's essential that you understand that some people don't have that freedom. I'm just grateful for everything. I think on a personal level, it just keeps me motivated that I've changed so many people's lives and I can still change more people's lives. I'm still young. I need to get it while I can, you know what I'm saying? And just give my all, put my best foot forward, so yeah. You're feeling this one.
I want to talk about success and the moment that you realised you were successful. Was there a turning point when you were in a situation, a festival, or you're at a fashion show, or you're at some dinner? Was there a moment where you were like, things have changed?
When I wanted to be a rapper, I told my grandma, and obviously she's from Trinidad, yeah, so you can just imagine her reaction. She was not happy at all. She was like, that's not a real job. How are you gonna make money from that? You need to finish your education. I want you to be X, Y, Z, which is great. She means it from a place of love. She kind of just wanted to see me do something for her to believe in the music. I got a booking for £1,000. I went to my grandma's house. I showed her the email. And first of all, she was like, £1,000? She's like, why would anyone pay £1,000 to watch you? What have you done? And then she was like, all right, cool. I broke it down to her and said, you know what, cool. As long as you're minding your business, you're not getting in trouble and you're being a good person, then cool. So no more, I'm happy for you, basically. And for me, that was the start of me being lit. For me, that was I've made it because my grandma, to win a Rover is very hard. So if she thinks that I'm en route to doing something good, I must be en route to do something good.
When you made the song Anxious, although it doesn't talk extensively about anxiety, is it something that you feel?
Of course, I'm anxious a lot of the time, man. I'm anxious a lot of the time. I feel like being anxious is it's nothing to look down on, you know what I'm saying? If you're anxious, you're anxious, it is what it is. You just have to find ways to deal with it and live with it. And I'm just trying to show people that even me, I'm sure some of the kids look up to me and admire what I do. Even me, I feel anxious sometimes. So I want them to feel if he does, then, and it's all right for him to feel like that, it's all right for me to feel like that.
Are there moments when you sit there, maybe you speak with your team, and you consider making the leap to a label? Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, I've considered it a few times still. What it is it's I always reset myself and say, look, I've come this far, I don't need to give in yet, you know what I'm saying? There might be a time when a label comes to me and says, look, we can do this for you, and bring me some whole next angle that I've never thought of, that I can't do myself. And I might say, yeah, that's the deal I need, let's do it, you know what I'm saying? But based on solely money, there's never gonna be a figure that they say, and I'm like, yeah, I need that.
I think everything that you stand for goes against this sort of crabs in a bucket mentality.
Yes.
Although I'm sure you've experienced crabs
I definitely have.
in the bucket.
It's sad to say, but in the hood, this is how it is. Cool, he grew up like me, we're all from the mud, so he's doing well and I'm not doing well, so let me just drag him down. And the worst bit is, a lot of people who hate on me, especially from my ends, if they came to me and said, yo, I need some help, can you help me do something positive? Of course I'm gonna help you. Of course I'm gonna help you.
Quite often, with your biggest tunes, they never sound like each other.
Yeah.
You have this ability to
just
do your thing on different types of music. And you said whether it's reggae, whether it's you can flow. Do you feel then that you belong to any scene, or has it always been your intention to kind of sit outside of everything?
if I'm keeping it all the way 1,000, yeah, somewhere between like rap, drill and grime, yeah, like right in the middle of those three is probably where I sit, you know what I'm saying? That's the truth. That's what comes the most natural to me. But for me personally, I like being outside of that, because when you're outside your comfort zone is where you can really impress people. Like, I didn't know he could sing. I didn't know he could hold that kind of key. I didn't know he could flow like that. I didn't know he could slow it down. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know he could talk about these topics, and I like that when you prove to someone you can do something that they're not used to you seeing.
Let's talk about basketball.
Yes.
It's a big part of the aesthetic in the album project Flu Game.
Yes.
In your eyes, what are the parallels between basketball and rap?
I think Jordan, the way he relentlessly trained, he honed his skill, and people saying to him, like, every time he does well or wins the championship, people saying to him, all right, cool, you done it, but like, can you do it again? And that's always with rappers, it's the same thing. It's like, okay, cool, you done well with the album, but like, can you do it again? Or your single done well, but like, can you do it again? It's always the can you do it again, isn't it? And I feel like you just gotta hit the dojo or the gym, like if you're a basketball player, and hone your pen, slash your dribble, slash your shooting, your blocking, your screening, whatever it is you're doing. Yeah, I think there's a lot of parallels still.
And what do you want your legacy to be? What do you want people to remember AJ Tracey for?
Boy, for just breaking boundaries, I'll be honest, because like I feel like in terms of, you know, being independent, I know I bang on it by a lot, but it's because I'm proud, you know what I'm saying? I bang on it by it because it's something that like, it took a lot of hard work, like genuine hard work. Like, I made myself sick doing shows and going studio, and I feel like it's paid off because I'm where I am without the help of a big machine, and that's impressive. Even these labels are genuinely impressed by it. Like, they'll say, oh, raw, like what you've done is mad. We would like to have a piece of that. Of course you would. But like, for me, the legacy is, I'll be honest, as long as my mum's proud of me, which she is already, so we're halfway there. If I have kids, if my kids are proud of me and they can say, yeah, dad's a G, like dad done his thing, now I'm happy, I'll be honest, that's it really.